Hello, sixth graders. Today you're going to be working with algebraic expressions in today's math lesson. It deals a lot with variables. You're going to be working with some letters again, but you're kind of essentially making an algebraic law that will help you solve several problems with each problem. Let's take a look. This is what I mean by that. Kayla has X CDs in her music collection. Miriam has 7 fewer CDs than Kayla. How many CDs does Miriam have? Now I can give you an equation that will help you always solve this. And this is what I mean by this. So we're dealing with the X, because that's what Kayla has. She has X CDs in her music. If Miriam has 7 fewer, how many CDs does Miriam have? So if Kayla has X, we don't know what X is, Miriam always will have 7 left. So what I'll show you by that, if Kayla has 10 CDs, which is the X, Miriam has 7 less, Miriam will have 3 CDs. Because we're following this rule. If Kayla has 100 CDs, Miriam's 7 less, she'll have 93 CDs. If Kayla has 14 CDs, Miriam has 7 left, so she has 7 CDs. So the algebraic expression here that will work every single time is X minus 7. The key thing is has fewer, so you know you're going to be subtracting. Let's take a look at another one. Chaz ran 2.5 miles more than Nigel. If Nigel ran D miles, how far did Chaz run? So Nigel ran D miles. Chaz ran 2.5 more. So whatever this equation, because we want to know how far Chaz went, it's going to be more than D. Whatever you find out, so because it says more, Chaz ran more, we need to make sure we're adding 2.5 to the problem. Because of what we're finding, okay? Nigel is the letter D. So if Nigel ran 5 miles, oh, that's pretty messy. Then Chaz ran 2.5 more than that. Chaz ran 7.5 miles. If Nigel ran 100 miles, Chaz ran 102.5 miles. Okay? So what's the algebraic expression? It's D plus 2.5. You have to come up with a rule that works every single time. That follows what the question's asking. The car dealer sells C automobiles each year. What is the average number of automobiles it's sold each month? Okay, so C automobiles, that's how many each year. So C is going to be in there. What are we going to do with the letter C? It says each month. We want to know in a year, what is the average number per month? Well, how many months are in a year? There's 12 months in a year. What am I going to do with that 12? Well, let's take, for example, let's say the company sold 24 cars that year. How many did they sell in a month? Well, if they sold 24 cars in 1 year, there's 12 months in a year, they would have sold 2 cars a month. How did we get that? Well, we divided by 12. So is that what we do for this? C divided by 12? I believe that is what our algebraic expression would look like. Because if they sold 36 cars that year, we want to know what they had each month, so we have to divide that 36 by 12 to find out that they sold 3 cars that year. So our algebraic expression that will work every single time is C divided by 12. First, translate each situation from words into an algebraic expression. Then solve the problem that follows. The base of a rectangle is twice the length of its height. The height of the rectangle is 8 inches. What is the length of the base? So in this situation, you're going to take this H. It's twice the length, so you're going to have to multiply the height by 2 as well. If the height of the rectangle is 4 inches, what is the length of the base? Well, if the height is 4, the length of the base will be 8, because 4 times 2 is 8. Monica has 8 more than 3 times the number of marbles Regina has. So Regina has our marbles. How many marbles does Monica have? She has 3 times the number of marbles, has 8 more than 3 times the marbles. So Virginia has R marbles. We have to have R in there. She has 3 times that amount, plus 8 more. So how many do they have? You're going to have to multiply 3 times R, and then you're going to have to add the number 8 to it. Does that make sense? Virginia has R marbles. How many marbles does Monica have? Well, Monica has 8 more than 3 times the number of marbles Regina has. So you have to take the number that Regina has, you have to multiply it by 3, like we did right here. And then we have to add because there's 8 more there. So your equation looks like this. 3 times R plus 8. Also, if you have a number right by it, 3R plus 8, that also means multiplication. So, Virginia had 12 marbles. How many does Monica have? Well, that means we have to put a 12 into this, okay? So if we did 3 times 12, we would get 36, and 36 plus 8 gives us 44 marbles. Let's do a little practice here. We got 2.75 meters. How many centimeters would that be? Well, if you think about it, 2.5, there's 100 centimeters in a meter, so you would move this to 2 spots, so we're at 275 centimeters. So next one, 3.5 centimeters in the millimeters. Well, 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters, so 3.5 centimeters will give me 35 millimeters. 500 meters would be, well, 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. So 500 would be 0.5 of a kilometer. Hopefully we're able to do all right with algebraic expressions. Once again, find out what letter they're searching for inside the question, and then always plug some numbers in, just like those first couple of lessons in Unit 3, to see if the problem even makes sense. Good luck, and I look forward to working with you in math today.